During the Christmas season of 1952, aspiring photographer Therese works in Frankenberg's department store in Manhattan. She meets Carol, a glamorous woman looking for a doll for her daughter, Rindy. Carol instead purchases a model train set on the advice of Therese. Carol walks away, leaving her gloves on the counter. Therese mails them to Carol using Frankenberg's sales slip with Carol's name and address. Therese's boyfriend, Richard, wants her to accompany him to France in the hopes that they will marry. But she is conflicted about their relationship. Danny, a mutual friend, invites Therese to his workplace, the New York Times, and offers to introduce her to a photographer friend. Carol, on the other hand, is going through a difficult divorce from her husband, Harge. Carol calls Frankenberg's to thank the clerk, who returned the gloves and extends an invitation to Therese to lunch. Therese pays a visit to Danny, and he kisses her, but she becomes uncomfortable and leaves. Carol invites Therese to her home in New Jersey. She stops to buy a Christmas tree, and Therese photographs her candidly. Harge shows up unexpectedly to take Rindy to Florida for Christmas. He suspects Therese because Carol had an affair with her friend Abby years ago. Therese witnesses their argument. After Rindy has left, a distraught Carol drives Therese to the train station so she can return home. Carol calls Therese to apologize, and they meet at her apartment, where Carol presents her with a suitcase containing a Canon camera and film. Carol has learned that Harge is petitioning that the judge consider a morality clause against her, threatening to expose her homosexuality and give him full custody of Rindy. To escape the stress of the divorce proceedings, she decides to take a road trip and invites Therese to join her. Richard accuses Therese of being in love with Carol and predicts that Carol will grow tired of her soon. The two argue, and their relationship ends. On the second night of the trip, Therese meets Tucker, a traveling salesman. Carol and Therese kiss and have sex for the first time on New Year's Eve. The next morning, they discover Tucker is a private investigator hired by Harge. Carol confronts Tucker, threatening him with a gun, but he claims to have already sent tape recordings to Harge. The next day, in Chicago, Therese finds out that Carol has flown home to fight for custody of her daughter, having asked Abby to drive her there. Abby hands her a letter from Carol. Back at home, Therese calls Carol, but knowing that she risks losing custody of Rindy if she continues her relationship with Therese, Carol hangs up. Therese creates a photo portfolio and lands a job at the New York Times. Carol, in the meantime, has been seeing a psychotherapist as part of the divorce settlement. Carol abruptly admits to the truth of what the tapes contain and refuses to deny her sexuality during a heated meeting with divorce lawyers in mid-April. To avoid going to court and the possibility of a public scandal, she tells Harge that if he allows her regular visits, he can have custody of Rindy. Carol writes to Therese, and they meet in the Ritz Tower Hotel's lounge. Carol reveals that she is going to work for a furniture company and has moved to Madison Avenue. Therese declines Carol's invitation to live with her. Carol tells Therese that she is meeting associates in the Oak Room, and that they can have dinner if she changes her mind. Carol says to Therese, "I love you." They are interrupted by Jack, a colleague who hasn't seen Therese in months, and Carol leaves. Therese accepts Jack's ride to a party, but finds herself unable to connect with anyone. She walks into the Oak Room, scans the crowd, and spots Carol at a table. Therese pauses before approaching Carol. Their gazes lock. Carol looks at Therese with a growing smile. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.